In this video, we are going to talk about top 10 controversial celebrity trials. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. Number 10. Oprah goes to court over a burger. Did you know that you may be sued for making defamatory statements about food? How Oprah got sued for dissing a burger may seem like an onion tale, but it was delightfully genuine. During one episode of her famed talk show, Oprah was chatting with a guest who was associating the intake of beef to numerous neurological disorders. Cattle business leaders then sued Winfrey and her guest for unfairly denigrating beef, saying that their words had cost them millions in lost income. It reportedly fell under Texas's food disparagement legislation, so the matter really went to court. However, it was decided that that specific legislation did not legally apply to Oprah's case, and she was acquitted by the jury. Number 9. Katy Perry vs. Nuns. Now is the time to adapt this narrative into a television miniseries. When Katy Perry sought to buy an ex-convent in Los Angeles for roughly $15 million, she became bogged down in real estate issues. A hearing over the convent's ownership was conducted in the late 2010s. Sister Catherine Rose Holzman, a member of the Order of the Sisters of Mercy, died tragically while testifying in court. Katy Perry, she is said to have said in her last words, "Stop, I beg of you." Following the abrupt death of Holzman, a second nun, Sister Rita Callahan, informed Perry that she had blood on her hands. Perry, on the other hand, prevailed in the end and received millions of dollars in legal costs. Number 8. Nicole Smith fights for her husband's estate. J. Howard Marshall was an oil millionaire who married Playboy model Nicole Smith. Smith was 26 years old and Marshall was 89 years old when they were married. Smith was smeared mercilessly in the press and dubbed a scumbag. As Marshall died away, the marriage lasted just 13 months. Despite Marshall's promise to give her a large part in Coke Industries, Smith was left out of Marshall's will. Due to Smith's bankruptcy filing, bankruptcy court tried to become involved in the later court dispute over Smith's prospective inheritance. It was likewise a long and drawn-out case that ended up before the Supreme Court. In Smith's case, the lawsuit was never resolved due to his untimely death from a medication overdose. Number 7. Gwyneth Paltrow falsely advertises. Goop has done a lot of damage to Gwyneth Paltrow's image, even if she is an excellent actor. Some of her famed lifestyle products, such as quartz vaginal eggs, said to enhance women's sexual and mental health, were marketed by her firm. A lot of individuals didn't like it, saying that the products were nothing more than snake oil. In reality, Paltrow and her firm were sued as a result of the negative publicity. According to the complaint, the medical claims made by Goop were inaccurate and unsubstantiated. It was also alleged that the product's medical advantages were misleading advertising. Goop was compelled to pay over $150,000 in damages after the prosecution won the case. Number 6. Jussie Smollett fakes a hate crime. In January 2019, Empire actor Jussie Smollett stunned the world. Claiming that he was the victim of a hate crime perpetrated by two disguised Trump supporters, Smollett made his case in court. His narrative, however, was immediately disproved and the truth was discovered. By paying two individuals to assist him manufacture the incident, Smollett had staged it himself. In April of that year, the city of Chicago filed a lawsuit against him after harshly criticizing his actions. There was a demand for the $130,000 they spent researching his fabricated crime. A second trial started in November of 2021, and Smollett was found guilty of disorderly conduct via his fraudulent police reports after the first accusations were withdrawn. He received a sentence of 150 days in prison and 2 years of probation. Number 5. Harvey Weinstein sparks #MeToo. In October of last year, one of Hollywood's most powerful characters was brought to justice. The hashtag #MeToo movement and the Weinstein impact were both triggered by the 80-plus women who accused Harvey Weinstein of improper behavior during that month. The outcome of the 2020 trial was utterly baffling. In court, Weinstein seemed feeble and elderly, while some alleged that he was attempting to get sympathy by claiming to be in excruciating agony. In addition, the jury deliberated for 5 days, which caused a lot of public angst. Weinstein was sentenced to 23 years in jail for 2 felony convictions. Number 4. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. In the spring of 2022, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard would be everywhere. According to Heard, throughout the course of their long-term relationship, Depp subjected her to abuse. After Heard published a slanderous op-ed in the Washington Post, Depp defended his name and filed a lawsuit to get it removed from the paper. He further insisted that it was Heard, and not the other way around, who was aggressive towards him. As a consequence of the trial's broadcast, several footage became popular on social media. Millions of people viewed these videos and created several memes. In this day and age, social media has become an integral element of news and information distribution, and this trial has been a circus rather than a judicial one. Number 3. The Michael Jackson media circus. Michael Jackson was finally hauled to court after years of speculation. Many allegations against Jackson stem from his involvement with children, and in 2005 the people of the state of California versus Michael Joe Jackson court case took place. An unprecedented media frenzy ensued throughout the trial, with several news sources portraying Jackson in an unfavorable light. Newspapers and television stations were quick to attract attention to how wrong and dishonest their coverage of the trial was. Celebrities such as Chris Tucker, Jay Leno, and Macaulay Culkin also testified in support of Jackson throughout the trial. Jackson was cleared of all charges in the end. Number 2. Bill Cosby ruins a stellar reputation. Bill Cosby was a national hero for many years. When comedian Hannibal Buress made a joke about how hazardous and deadly he was on stage in 2014, it all changed. After a slew of women came forward to say that Cosby had assaulted them in some manner, the matter was taken up by Andrea Constand, who filed a lawsuit against him. Cosby was protected from legal penalties in the bulk of the incidents, save for Constand's, which fell beyond the statute of limitations. The trial of Andrea Constand versus William H. Cosby Jr., after the unsealing of the 2005 deposition, was heavily reported in the media. His reputation was irrevocably ruined after the 2017 mistrial and the 2018 second trial. Having been found guilty of 3 offenses, he faces a jail term ranging from 3 to 10 years. In June 2021, however, this decision was reversed because to allegations that Cosby's constitutional rights had been violated. After serving less than 3 years in prison, he was released. Number 1. O.J. Simpson generates the trial of the century. The most dramatic celebrity trial of all time belongs to O.J. Simpson, and there's no disputing that. Before the trial, Simpson was widely regarded as a top Buffalo Bills football player. After the trial, he was only remembered for it because of how significant it was to pop culture. At the time, this case was all over the news and in every publication. As if it were an episode of Game of Thrones, the whole country tuned in. It was full of unforgettable events, classic twists and turns, and probably the most contentious decision in recent court history. It was the first time such a trial was held in public. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.